Most things that never get done because they never get started. You wait, and wait, and wait, and wait, and you wait so long that the thing doesn't even matter anymore.
And the days turn to weeks, and the weeks turn to months, and the months turn to years. Years of mediocrity is what causes people to be bitter. If you want to get around bitter and complaining people, get around people who are not seeing much activity. They're bitter, they're complaining, they're cynical, and they're jealous because nothing is happening, because nothing is going on in their life. And if you want to stop that from happening to you, wake up in the bed and know what you're going after. Get up out of the bed with an agenda. When you have an agenda, you don't spend time worrying about how you feel, because it doesn't make any difference how you feel. You woke up with something to do. Because if you don't start changing your attitude, you will miss your altitude. The problem is not the conditions, it's the discipline. There is no shortcut to excellence.
And your problem is you're not intentional and deliberate. You wake up on Monday and you might be strong, but by Wednesday, you're not intentional and deliberate. You are hoping that the best is going to happen to you, and the best never happens to you.
Know what you're going after. Be clear about your direction. Don't wake up in the morning and see if something's going to happen. Wake up in the morning to make something happen. Get up out of the bed with an agenda.
You got to decide that you're going to do something, and you got to do it every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Thursday. The problem with some of you in this room, you're a good person that just hopes the good stuff is going to happen to you.
If dreams were easy, everybody would make them happen. The problem is that most people, they can't get up in the morning. They ain't got no energy. Some stuff is just, you got to be powerful. You wake up, take you 3 weeks to do what it can take 24 hours to do. It don't make you a bad person, but you're going to forever be average, because to be great, you got to keep up.
Take full ownership of your time, of your mind, of your day.
It is the struggle. It is the wrestling. It is the pulling. It is the trial. It is the temptation. It is the stumbling and falling and getting back up again. It is the aggravation and the intimidation that gives you foundation. It is worth it to look bad for a little while and come up looking good for a lifetime, than to look good for a minute and come down in a flash. I've got to get some discipline. I've got to go through some struggle. I got to go through some heartache, but I'm working on something. And what I'm working on, it can't be instant. What I'm working on has got to be able to stand some stuff. I learn in the doing. I learn in the struggling. My strength tolerance increases. My ability to handle pain increases. My wisdom increases. My ability to deal with haters increases. I'm tougher now. I'm stronger now. I got more fight, got more fire. It's not just the mechanical influence of robotically doing. It is just that as you go to do it, you learn things about yourself that you didn't know. You learn how to go through aggravation and heartache. You learn how to deal with obstacles and situations. It is the process that gives you the power.
And I'm telling you, you have not given yourself enough credit to say, I just need to get up a half hour early and my whole life will change. I just need to get up 1 hour early. I just need to work 1 hour longer. I need to stop hitting that snooze button. If you were to make that one change, that one sacrifice, you would stop dreaming and start living.
What do you want in your marriage? What do you want in your health? What do you want financially? How much money do you want to make a year? What do you want to try? How do you want to live? Stop just waking up like an accident. What do you want? And then once you find out what you want, spend the rest of your natural life waking up and going after it.
Everything that you do is habit forming. And that includes hitting the snooze button. That includes sitting on the couch. It's all habit forming. You know what else is habit forming? Discipline. Setting the alarm and getting up. Going and working out. That stuff is all habit forming too. I recommend you form some discipline habits.
Defeating those negative instincts that are out to defeat us is the difference between winning and losing.
That idea isn't going to execute itself. That book isn't going to write itself. Those weights out in the gym, they aren't going to move themselves. You have to do it, and you have to do it now. You have to fight back against procrastination. when you feel that hesitation, get hyper aggressive. Kick in that door and bust into that room. Go. Do not wait. Take that first step and make it happen. You initiate action. You go. No more bowing down to whatever unhealthy or unproductive thoughts float through my mind. No more waiting for the perfect moment, and no more indecision, and no more lies.
All you have to do to kill procrastination is just start. You just go, and procrastination dies. So don't wonder how you overcome procrastination. It's easy. All you do to overcome procrastination is go.
Real decisions that move your life along are not coming out of your emotions, they're coming out of your head. Real opportunities have to come out of your head and not out of your feelings. Nobody who ever ran the Olympics and trained and worked out and finished and crossed the finish line effectively got there because they felt like working out. Your feelings will never cooperate with your dreams. Beat your feelings into captivity, because when you beat your feelings into captivity, that is what discipline is.
What's your tombstone gonna say about you?
I don't care how much money you make. You only get 24 hours in a day. And the difference between Oprah and the person that's broke is Oprah uses her 24 hours wisely.
Because that's all we got. That's what y'all don't realize most of the time. We don't get this again. We don't get this again. The clock runs too fast. That's why we got to savor these moments. Because they right now.
Stop wasting valuable time.
Little things you're putting off, do it. And do it right now. I know you've got other things to do. When you make a decision to do something, you flip your brain onto the frequency that you have to be on to do it. You don't have to know how to do it. You only have to know you're going to do it.
Because as you focus on that which you want to do, that which we focus on, that which we give our energy to, it will begin to multiply. It will begin to expand. It will begin to develop your consciousness. And out of that comes your greatness. Out of that comes a commitment. Out of that comes a passion for life. Out of that comes a special power that you have in you that you haven't even called on yet. And we want to make a conscious, deliberate, determined effort to start living life with a sense of urgency and using what we've got, using ourselves up. Because if we don't, nobody else will. Start acting like this is your last day on the planet.
So what are you doing with your time? Are you doing something productive? Are you moving towards a goal? Making yourself better? Or are you letting time slip by, wasted?
You guys have an opportunity of a lifetime, and it's a short window. So why not give 120? Because if you give 120, it feels good knowing that I run my own life because I gave 120. And was it difficult? Absolutely it was. But it was worth it.
There are some times in life where you fall down and you feel like you don't have the strength to get back up. You sort of put a mask on your face and pretend that everything's okay when it's not, and you go home and lay in your bed when no one's looking at you, when you don't have to impress anybody, and you're yourself. And fear comes in. Maybe you have doubt in your life. Maybe you don't know for sure what's going to be happening in the future, and it scares you. Maybe you're worried about what people think of you, what people say about you. Just that fear paralyzes you. And I just want to ask you today, do you think you have hope?
Every time you hit a low place, don't those voices come back up again? Every time things go wrong, don't those voices come back?
You start saying to yourself, I'm a mess up, I'm a failure, I'd be better off not being here. We just keep feeding ourselves this toxic thinking.
You have never changed your belief, and you will never completely be healed or whole until you change the voice inside of your own head.
What I've learned is that I have to start talking to myself. I'm like, Rich, you're great. You can do this. Rich, you can handle this. Rich, this is not a big deal. You're amazing. Rich, this too shall pass.
The predicament that you are in right now does not define your destiny. You ought to look at every negative situation in your house and say, you're a liar. Every time something whispers in your ear and says, you can't make it through this, you can't take this, you're going to have a nervous breakdown, you're going to lose your mind, you're going to die like your mama did, you're going to get sick like your daddy did. You got to talk back to those voices and say, hey, you lied on me, I'm better than this. Every voice that said you'll never be nothing, you got to call it out. You're a liar. Sickness is a liar. Failure is a liar. Despair is a liar. Disease, you're a liar. Can't learn, you're a liar. Can't read, you're a liar. Can't make it, you're a liar. Can't take it, you ought to call out every liar. You need to abort every voice that said you can't do it, you can't have it, you can't be it, you'll never get up, you'll never survive. Abort that thing. Push it out.
You must have faith. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to believe in your abilities, your ideas, unquestionably. You've got some idea, some dream that you might have to go back and brush it off and look at it again and say, I've got to do this. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is why I showed up. You've got to talk to yourself day in and day out, selling yourself on you and on your potentials.
And all I want you to do every day is just say to yourself, when you feel that inner negative conversation saying you can't do it, just say it. It's possible.
Other people have done it, then we can do it. We fail a lot of times. Well, a lot of other folks failed, and eventually they came back and they succeeded. So it's possible we can have what we want. And it's necessary. We get negative, do-nothing people out of our lives. It's necessary. We never stop learning and growing and developing ourselves. It's necessary that we never give up. Whatever we have to do, it's worth it.